What is going on, everybody? Matitude22 back at you guys with another video. Today we are going to be looking at my favorite Marvel Legends of the year. This is going to be 11-2 because the number one figure I'm going to give a spot in my top 2021. So this is going to be like 11-2, but you know, Marvel Legends is kind of like my bread and butter. I like to give it its own countdown, and plus I buy a lot of Marvel Legends, so uh, although I do buy a lot of Marvel Legends, I don't buy all of them. There was uh, a couple of exceptions. There was a couple of waves that I just did not buy this year. The House of X, I only got 2 figures. There was another wave. The Disney Plus wave, I only really bought 2 figures. So I don't have those full waves. The Eternals, I did buy the whole wave, but you know, as much as I didn't mind the Eternals figures, you're not going to be seeing any Eternals on here, to say the least. But yeah, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna do 11-2, and I hope you guys like the video. Hope you share with your friends. Let me know, of course, what your favorite Marvel Legends were, and let's just dive right into it. All right, so taking the number 10 spot, we have the Age of Apocalypse Cyclops. This is a figure that all right, Cyclops is my favorite Marvel character right out of the gate. So I thought, okay, I'll be into this figure. This figure is for me, even though I'm not a big Age of Apocalypse fan. Any Cyclops I can get, I'm happy with. This one is really good because this is obviously a really different look for Cyclops. And I think the figure came out really nice. I mean, as good as an Age of Apocalypse Cyclops could be, that's how good this figure is. I don't think it could really be any better per se. Maybe the paint could be a bit cleaner. You know, you could always make it more articulated. Aside from that, for a Marvel Legends Age of Apocalypse Cyclops, I'm very happy. Thing is, it what kind of puts this guy at the 10 spot is, aside from the arm and this torso piece and obviously the head sculpt, which is very different but very good, not a lot going on with this figure. I do like Cyclops, I do like this design, and I think this figure is good, but just good, and that's kind of what keeps him a little bit low here. But nonetheless, number 10, Age of Apocalypse Cyclops. All right, number 9 for me, we have Prowler from Into the Spider-Verse. One of the earliest waves, I think might even be the first wave of 2021. This figure is really nice. I really like the design of this character, and I think in terms of recreating it into figure form, I think Hasbro did a really good job. Love the forearms with the purple right there, and just a lot of attention to detail here. The colors are nice. The deep blue for the legs, and you know, you got the purple and you got the black. The only thing that I think they could have done better is, you know, his claws. His claws are supposed to be like needles or something, or something similar to that. I think that's what these are supposed to be. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in quite a while, but I could be way off. Either way, I do know he has sharp claws. Prowler's known for having sharp claws, and they kind of gave him these kind of hands where they're just to hold something, and he didn't come with extra hands, unless I'm totally mistaken. But either way, uh, no, he couldn't have, because I absolutely would not have made the decision to keep these hands. Yeah, I think they definitely messed it up by not giving him some badass claws. But either way, this is still a nice figure. I do still like him a lot. Enough that he's my number 9 favorite figure for Marvel Legends. Let's move on to number 8. All right, number 8 from the Ursa Major wave, we have Ultron. This is the classic Ultron. This figure is just flawless. In terms of delivering a comic accurate Ultron, Hasbro did that. Now, he is fairly plain. No really paint on the figure outside of the eyes, but again, it's Ultron, so he doesn't really need to have any paint. They had one job they set out to do, and they did it, and I think they over-delivered. I think this Ultron looks really nice. Maybe I wish you would have come with an alternate head if you want to have like some Ultron robots. but have them kind of just not look exactly like Ultron, even though I know they do. Maybe just slightly change the head. He also, I don't have it on him, but he does come with the Kirby Crackle, which looks nice. Just a great, great figure. I think this is gonna kind of knock the Marvel Select down, where I think the Select Ultron was the best Ultron for a very, very long time. I think this one is gonna dethrone the Select Ultron, and Ursa Major Wave Ultron is going to be the new definitive Ultron. He is my 8th favorite figure of the year. Let's keep it going. Let's see who's at number 7. Number 7, we have Death Dealer from the Mr. Hyde wave / Shang-Chi wave. I think people might have slept on this figure a little bit. I don't see this guy getting talked about a lot, but if we look at him unobjectively and we disregard how kind of unimportant he was in the movie, if we kind of completely disregard that and we just look at this figure alone, there's a lot going on here. The texturing on his suit right here is really nice. I mean, he's got some knives. He does come with a ton of accessories too. He's got some knives that are just kind of sheathed in the back, which they painted. Looks really good. I mean, the attention to detail on the arms, on these little forearm guards, I think is nice. And the face sculpt, look how cold and emotionless his eyes look. Just look how nice that face sculpt is. Paint apps are perfect. Like I said, I don't see people really talking about this guy, but I think that's a shame, because for me, this figure is one of the better figures we got, at least in terms of MCU figures. I think this guy needs to get more love. But for me, he is number 7. Let's see who's number 6. All right, number 6, we have our first deluxe figure. We have Deluxe MODOK. This is such a cool figure. I love all the detail on the face, inside the mouth. The articulation is on point for what you would expect from MODOK. I mean, it's MODOK. He's like a guy that sits in a chair. There's not going to be a lot going on here. But for what he is, he's great. Sculpting on the hair, paintwork on the hair is nice. The chair is nice and detailed, nice and shiny. He comes with this great little fire effect, or not fire, but well, it is fire. But you know what I'm saying. I just think this is a good figure. He's articulated as he needs to be, despite he can't really use the legs. They didn't need to make them articulated, but they did, so you could do some fun stuff with the legs. You can make it look like he's doing that, or he's just kind of doing that, or he's just kind of doing that. You have some options, and he's got the hand. He's kind of waving hi to you, and he can hold his little joystick right there. And I do believe this is on a ball hinge, so that kind of moves around too. So you could do some stuff with that. Like I said, as good as MODOK could be, Hasbro delivered it. And actually, just like the Ultron, I think this is going to be the new definitive MODOK, which was the Toy Biz MODOK for many, many years. For many, many years, the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure MODOK was the definitive MODOK. I think this is the new definitive MODOK. But let's keep rolling on, guys. Number 5. All right, number 5 for me from the What If wave, we have Strange Supreme. Just so much going on with this figure. All right, attention to detail on his clothes, good. Face sculpt, good. Articulation, good. I love this effect piece where it kind of looks like when he would use a time stone, and you would change time by just kind of like turning his hand. I think they did a nice job with that. Looks great. Like I said, face sculpt is good. The only thing that I didn't like is the cape. I don't like this big kind of rubbery cape. But what I do like is it's a soft rubber, so it's not a hard plastic. It doesn't weigh him down. It's not kind of in the way. Even though it is just kind of a soft rubber, you can just kind of peg it in. and it just looks cool. I just think this figure looks great. I think he has a shelf presence. Should he be a little bit lower? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you disagree with any of my rankings. Please feel free to let me know, and if you're nice about it, I'll respond to you. I don't indulge trolls, but I don't get a lot of those, so that's okay. Uh, yeah, like I said, Strange Supreme. I think they really did a good job with this one. Again, let me know if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right. But either way, at the halfway spot, we're halfway. We're into it now. We're in the top 5. Strange Supreme from the What If wave. All right, number 4, our first Build-A-Figure, we have Ursa Major. A figure that I was particularly interested in getting because, it kind of, basically our Winter Guard is done. We got Crimson Dynamo, we got Red Guardian, we got Ursa Major, we got Darkstar. At least the core Winter Guard. But again, like Death Dealer, if you just look at this figure unobjectively and you ignore the character, this is a awesome sculpted, articulated grizzly bear figure. I mean, just the claws look great. I think the head sculpt is really good. I just love how ferocious it is. The body, we've seen this body before. It's like Wendigo or Zenmu. It's got a very, very similar feel to that. But in terms of the figure itself, I just think there's so much nice little details here. Like, I love some of the dark shading in the fur. Again, I talked about the head sculpt. I think the head sculpt is awesome. And the articulation. Like, who doesn't want an articulated bear? This is a great figure that has crossover appeal, where you could have her fighting Conan, you could have her fighting Laura Croft, so, whatever. Anybody that fights a bear, and you're in business with this figure. Really, really good for me. Again, especially for a Build-A-Figure that initially I was like, okay, I'm not crazy about this, but it completes that team, so I'm happy that it completes that team, but ended up being way better than I thought. So number 4, we have Ursa Major. All right, for my number 3, we have a figure that is so nostalgic for me. Again, from the Ursa Major wave, we have the Modular Iron Man. This Iron Man, it's right out of that Iron Man cartoon from the 90s, which I grew up with. It's right out of Marvel vs. Capcom. I think this figure is so good. Just the detail. I mean, the sculpting on this guy is great. The sculpt for the helmet, like I said, just super nostalgic. Posability, good. Again, he's got the pinless articulation, which is very nice. The only thing that prevented him was there was just so many there was just not so many, but there was a few figures that were just better. I got the same level of enjoyment as I did with this guy as I did for War Machine last year. I think they look great together. I think this is a really, really nice figure, but I have to base it on the figure and not just how nostalgic it is. And although it is a really, really nice Iron Man figure, don't take that away. A lot of it is nostalgia for me, but he still gets the number 3 spot, which is pretty good. So, Modular Iron Man, you're still up there, but unfortunately, there was just a couple figures that were better. But either way, number 3, Modular Iron Man from the Ursa Major wave. All right, number 2, and when I say Modular Iron Man was good, but there was better, this is what I meant. We have Ironmonger from the Ironmonger Obadiah Stane 2-pack from the first Iron Man movie. This figure is so cool. I love all the detail he's got going on. See right on the arm, he's got the little mini gun. Just a nice big robot that's also very articulated. The chest piece is good. The head sculpt is good. Again, in terms of giving us an Ironmonger, at least the MCU Ironmonger, I don't think they could have done better. You even see the guns on that side look very, very cool. My only gripe, I wish maybe that instead of being a 2-pack, If this figure could have opened up and you could have put Obadiah Stane inside, that would have truly been next level. But I get it. I get that that's Hasbro. That's not Hasbro's deal. That's totally fine. Like I said, unobjectively looking at this figure, very, very good. Uh, I just can't think of anything I would have improved. So he is without a doubt my number 2 favorite Marvel Legend this year, which is actually number 3, which again I'm gonna get into in my top 2020, my top figures of 2021. I'm gonna get into it there, but Ironmonger. Let's do it. Let's look at the last figure on this list, and taking the top spot on the list, we have Zombie Cap from the What If wave. There is just so much goodness on this figure. Look at just even the legs. Look at all the chunks of flesh missing. Look at all the gore, all the blood. For a Hasbro Marvel Legends to see this much gore and blood, I think is a departure, even for them. A pleasant departure. I'm happy about it, but I think I can't believe we actually got this figure. I can't believe this is a figure that is sold at retail. Because to me, this is exactly what Disney would kind of not want sitting on their shelves. Like, parents see this and this is terrifying. I don't know. I mean, it's not that scary, but you know how some people can be, right? But yeah, cool figure. I love all the bloody pieces. I love all the gore. I mean, very nicely articulated. Maybe the most articulated zombie we've ever had in figure form. Not just in Marvel, but a zombie figure in any medium. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. Let me know if you know a more articulated zombie at a $20 price point. I mean, I like the legs where he's got one boot missing, you know, and then he's got the boot. He comes with the shield, bloody shield is really cool. I mean, this would be great. You could give this with any of your Captain Americas and make it look like he put in that work. That face sculpt I love, that you could see his mouth, his cheeks are tearing or his jaw is tearing on the side of his face. This is just such a good figure, and that's why this is my second favorite Marvel Legend of the year. And yes, I did say second favorite, because you're gonna have to watch the top 2021 to see what my actual favorite Marvel Legend was. And there we have it, guys. From 11 to 2, these are my favorite Marvel Legends this year. And the thing I love about these countdowns is my list is going to be different from everybody else's list. Like I said, let me know if you agree with some of these rankings. If you think some stuff doesn't belong here, or if you think there is stuff that does belong here, definitely let me know. Like I said, I didn't buy every Marvel Legend wave, or I didn't buy every 2-pack. So if there's a couple exceptions, if there's something on here you didn't see, maybe it's that reason. If I'll tell you right now, like I said, I didn't go in on the HasLab Sentinel, so you're not going to see him. If you were, he probably would have been my number 1, but you're definitely not going to see him on that list. But this is it. This is my 11 to 2. Let me know what you guys think. As always, please like the video, share, subscribe, you know, guys, all that good stuff. I really, really appreciate you guys, all your continued support. I appreciate you guys that come back and check out my videos and give me some feedback, and I love that so much. So thank you guys so much for that. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the top 21 figures. Might be like 22, I don't know, but I'll see you in that video. Have an amazing day. As always, I have been Matitude22. You guys have been great, and I'll see you next time. Bye.